Alright, Silver Skull Gamer here for another video for you guys. As you can see, I've got some Deathwing Command Squad here. It's not really a full unboxing because that's been done, but we'll go over it real quick. And first, let's point out this is a triple combination kit because you can do the Command Squad, which is showcased here, the Knights, and regular Deathwing Terminator Squad. I found it kind of odd that they actually highlighted the Command Squad instead of the Knights, seeing how the Knights are really the only new unit. They're the new unit. You think they would be highlighted first. But here's, they do show the Knights on the back of the box. Not crazy about their weapons necessarily, but I know a lot of people have always wanted Rogue Terminators, and these kind of fit the bill. So we'll move on here. Instructions for all the kits. It's this page kind of just seems like a photocopy, but your standard three-dimensional pictures and all that jazz. Inside, bases, regular decals, and nothing special. And you get 3 sprues. So let's go over this one. You see we've got the backs of the torsos, the the arms, which now, because of all the different combinations of weapons, they have no hands. So the hands are attached to the melee weapons. And also, I'm not sure what's up with these dimples and the shoulder pads. I don't know if they're just trying to save material, because the shoulder pads, which there's several variations actually, there's no lump on the inside of the shoulder pads. So I just found these dimples. There's a good one. All right, this is a different angle I'm trying to get used to with my hand-eye coordination. It's just kind of strange, but whatever. It's not going to affect the model in any way. So this sprue, like I said, we've got arms, you've got the torso backs, 2 sets of legs that are unique. I'm already forgetting the names. These things, I don't know if they're the Knight weapons. They're like mauls of some kind, or these are the Knight's shoulder pads. As you can see, they actually have little knights, or the angels, on them. And we've got the halberd of Caliban for the Deathwing champion. And here we have all the storm shields for the knights. A set of lightning claws on this sprue. We've got our Watcher in the dark. It's kind of neat. That's kind of cool. One thing I do like is all the armor. There's kind of a lot of hints to like pre-heresy stuff. Like these lightning claws have the studs. One of these sets of legs on this sprue has got studs in it, or rivets, whatever you want to say. So this is mostly the Knights. Got the storm shields, cyclone missile launchers over here, power fists, and all the power fists I think are unique, which is pretty awesome. I mean, this kit, it retails at $60, which is $10 more. But there's a lot of bits here. Oh, and now the Terminator plasma cannon, which we'll see if that stays Dark Angels only. So that's pretty cool. So here's the regular Deathwing shoulder pads. And we got a cape. And a sword that I don't know what the hell is up with having characters hold their sword tipped down into the dirt. Like, that's so static and lame. Where's he at? We've seen it in a Dark Vengeance box, and here we go again. You know, I'm gonna hold my sword loosely and blunt the tip into the rocks. That's retarded. Excuse me, dog hair. Alright, so here we go. Last sprue. This is where we've got the knights' torsos. So there's 5. You can see one has the hooded head included. I guess just because of the pose. Because of how far he's looking down. Can't even really see his face. See, there he is. Woo. Some storm bolters that fit on the ends of those arms. If you don't do the mauler, I forget what they're called already. Got the regular Deathwing torso fronts, and the sergeant. Oh, and where did that go? That was on the other sprue. So here's the knights. The weapon for the knight sergeant is this thing, the flail, instead of just a maul. And then here's the Deathwing sergeant front with this plate, whatever. Which is also interesting because that's another error on this box, is that they actually show 2 of these torsos. And that's incorrect. There's only 1 in the box. So, way to go, Games Workshop. I looked forever and ever to see if there was 2, and there's only 1. And there's the assault cannon. So, did I miss the flamer? There's a flamer too. So you get all the special weapons, lots of bits. So my thing is, I'm definitely building the knights. I don't know if you guys have seen all my videos, but I have a video about a custom chapter. They're going to be Death Angels. They're going to be Dark Angel successors. But the story that I have, and they're going to be black and yellow. This is a works in progress guy. So, you know, the elites are going to have yellow robes, but the regular TAC Marines will be yellow highlights on black armor. And then, so I'm going to do the knights. I've got 10 Dark Vengeance Terminators. So my fluff for my custom chapter is going to be that, you know, like 90% of the Deathwing of their first company was lost in the warp, basically. So they don't really have any Terminators. Like, they can't field a Deathwing, a full Deathwing, not even close. So I figure what we'll do is I'll have these knights, the 10 other Deathwing, and we'll say that the chapter master and a small detachment, you know, weren't with the Deathwing when they got the first company when they got lost in the warp. So they're, you know, there's the chapter master, you know, his knights, and there's a few. There's just too much iconography on these to really be able to use them on anything else. Like, I was going to use the assault cannon, but even that, if I can find it again, even the assault cannon has, see those swords? I mean, there's swords all the way around it, you know, so that's kind of hard to explain on my Silver Skulls. You know, why do my Silver Skulls Terminators have swords all over the place? I mean, I guess I could do it, you know, if that's the only place there were swords, but I don't know. So I guess that's kind of the question, because I can build, and I've got other Terminators. I've got an unopened Assault Terminator box, and I've got a set of tactical Terminators that I haven't even assembled yet. So I could make all 3 of these kits. You know, obviously with the Command Squad and the regular Deathwing guys not having as much Deathwing bits. But I could make 15 Deathwing Terminators out of this kit. But then that would give me 15, 25 Deathwing guys for a chapter that I really didn't intend to have Deathwing. So I don't know. I guess that's kind of the question, you know, what to do. I'd really rather flesh out my Silver Skulls Terminators and just use some of these bits. Like, let's look at the apothecary stuff. Obviously, is generic, so that's good, and you can really get all the bits in the same spot. So the apothecary stuff's generic, which is good. So yeah, you could use that for anybody. So in that sense, I've got an apothecary I can use with my Silver Skulls. But the other special weapons, let's look at, so here's the assault cannon. He's got swords all around the barrels and this little symbol on the ammo canister, which I guess that could be scraped off. Maybe might prove a little difficult, but that could be pretty much removed mostly. So I could use the assault cannon if I wanted to. The flamer, let's look at the heavy flamer. Here's the heavy flamer. This looks like that could be scraped off. Ooh, sorry, everything's reverse. The camera's this is really confusing me. There we go. So I could scrape that off, and then that's just purity seals on the bottom. So I could use the flamer too. Let's look at the plasma cannon. Now the plasma cannon, as usual, because it's such a bulky piece of plastic, I guess, you got to add on a couple parts. So there's no iconography on the main body. And on the power pack, which you can see up here, there is a little sword. So, you know, just the sword's generic enough, I guess. So I could use the special weapons. The lightning claws I can use. There's no iconography there. They look badass though, don't they? That's awesome. But all the other power fists are heavily... I mean, look at that. Look at the detail on these things. Oh, come on. Focus you. But lots of detail. Lots of iconography. So I could use the special weapons. The bolters, you could scrape the detail off the sides of those. The storm bolters. Not a real big problem. So maybe I've answered my own question here shortly. And there's your regular Crux Terminatus pads. So you get 15 shoulder pads. You get Crux Terminatus, the Knights pads, and then regular Deathwing pads. Oh, and the Cyclone Missile Launcher has the wings on top. That's fairly easily removed too. So I guess that's what I'll do. Now that I've actually looked at this in a little more detail with you guys, I will, I think that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and take the special weapons and flesh out my Silver Skulls first company, and then I'll just have the Knights. I'll just build the Knights out of this kit, and the Dark Vengeance guys. And I'll have to look at the Dark Vengeance assault cannon as well, see how maybe I can take one. If that has less iconography, I might take that. We'll just have to see. Swap it out. Because luckily the Dark Vengeance Terminators, their arms come off, so you can, well, some of them do. You can customize them a little bit. So they're not all Mirror, mirror on the wall there. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Anyway, so as I was saying, what was I saying? Anyways, so you can build at least 2 kits out of this. I mean, you could, if you were doing straight Deathwing, you could definitely do 15 Terminators, easy. If you're not doing straight Deathwing, you can only use 2 kits because there's just the Power Fists, and the Power Fists really are pretty much unusable for other Marines. It'd take a good bit to scrape that off on the curvature of the Power Fist, because it's not a flat surface. That'd be a little more difficult to pull off. I don't know, but so you can at least get 10 to 15 Terminators out of this kit, which is pretty cool. And luckily with there's a Thunder Hammer as well, which is, there's a little sword icon on there, but it's generic enough that you can use that as well for your regular guys. So this has been the Deathwing Terminator unboxing, or the correct term is the Deathwing Command Squad. That's the main kit they're advertising the box as. So, like I said, looking in the distant future, because I've got so much other stuff I still haven't finished, still working on, but we'll be doing some Terminators, and black and yellow and black, some kind of colors, because I do not like the Deathwing paint scheme at all, really. So thanks for watching. Thanks to all my new subscribers. I appreciate that. And once again, congratulations to Moss X. We're going to, I think we'll be able to get him his prize, even though he lives in Germany. I don't think it'll be too cost prohibitive. So catch you guys later.